This is that street called Florence Place, and these are the trees. And even though they're downhill from where we are, they are visible for blocks away. And residents here say any effort to remove them would remove beauty and history from their community.
We moved here because they were so beautiful.
A homeowner talks about these 24 sycamore trees, more than twice as tall as his 2-story house. Their buds and blossoms fill the sky, inviting birds and other wildlife.
Look, I'm a peaceful person. I just want to keep the trees.
Resident Steve Stern talks about possible efforts by the local government, which owns the trees, to cut them down and remove them.
Maybe we could step back and think a little bit harder about what we're losing when these trees, if they come down.
Neighbor Joanne Siebalist has lived for 54 years on Florence Place in Caldwell, where all of the trees line the street. She says that beyond their beauty and splendor, they also serve a practical purpose, as she learned firsthand about 8 years ago when the borough government removed a sycamore in front of her home that it thought might be damaged. Not only was it not, she said,
the front of my house is 10 degrees warmer in the summer than it had been because it was such a shade tree.
You're looking at some of the reasons the borough has proposed removal: buckled sidewalks and curbs from tree root growth. The borough's proposed replacing it all, much as it did on the street around the corner. There, you see new sidewalks, curbs, and trees that won't grow as big as the sycamores around the bend. The borough administrator said in part, quote, "Taking down a tree is always the last resort. We encourage any resident who has questions or concerns about trees in their neighborhood to contact my office to schedule a site meeting." Residents say they hope it works out.
One would think they could come up with a solution other than cutting them down.
Some residents also say the borough shouldn't remove these trees because even though they're a century old, they're relatively young and very healthy. It's not unusual, as it turns out, for sycamore trees to last for 200, 300, sometimes even up to 500 years. We'll stay on top of this story as it continues to unfold. Reporting from Caldwell, New Jersey, I'm James Ford, Pix 11 News.